Tom animation. That was tricky. And then it was really convincing our bosses that it was worth giving us a little bit of money. Those are the two hardest things. You know, when Toonami went off the air, we had a big, not a big staff, but we had, you know, 15 people. And a lot of them were, their whole job was just to do Toonami 24/7. And when we came back, it was more like our passion project, and our boss just said, look, if you want to do this, go for it, but we don't have any money, and you're going to have to just do it all yourselves while you do your other jobs. And so that was a hard thing to juggle for a while. Now we've kind of gotten in the groove of it, but at first I would say it was pretty challenging.
Yeah, I mean, we probably had the same total number of people, but before the only thing we were really doing was Toonami.
Yeah.
Whereas now we're doing all the stuff we were doing while Toonami wasn't on the air, plus a bunch of stuff that we've gotten over the years and Toonami. Yeah. So it's just been...
Yeah, we've gotten a lot better at time management. If you tried to
give me all this work
15 years ago, I would have just imploded. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Likewise.
I just shat my pants, and that would have been it.
Luckily, we have Chris Hartley now. So.
Yeah, we have people that help us keep on track.
Jonathan Delgado.
Shout out to Chris Hartley, Jonathan Delgado, other Toonami,
Julian Bass,
back of the line Toonami that you
all
don't
the rest
see
of the
much.
Toonami staff that's here.
Thank you to everybody.
Justin and Sean,
I'm sure they'll discover it.
You're welcome.
But
right, thank you. Hello,
I
my
just
name is Eric. I really appreciate all y'all coming out here today. My question was, you know, with the popularity that Toonami has shown that it's had, you know, starting off in the late 90s, being revived, and being able to capture all the different audiences, when are y'all getting your own network channel?
that's too expensive.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and you should know that internally it has been discussed before over the years. Like, you know, they've done scenarios where they imagine a Toonami channel, but the problem really is that even from 10 years ago, starting a TV network now is basically just throwing money away.
Yeah.
And it was always a very expensive proposition, and now it's just sort of the time has passed. So I don't say that you'll never see something happen where
I'm sure they'll
Toonami
find out
moves more into the
eventually.
streaming space,
Those that are watching
especially now that we're
pre-flight.
partnered with Crunchyroll. But the network thing is just too expensive, and honestly,
See?
for
Just
us,
like I said.
we don't really need the pressure.
I don't blame
It's
them.
one thing to be a little block on Adult Swim and given our little space to play in, and it's another entirely to be like, we just spent $500 million, make some goddamn money. You know, like that. I don't need that pressure in my life right now, or ever.
Yeah, I'd like to meet that person that's yelling at you like that.
Yeah.
Probably the CEO of Adult Swim Cartoon
When I
Network.
wake up in the morning.
voice.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody here is into therapy, but that's what's happening up here right now.
She's right.
It's good to meet your inside voice.
And hopefully that answers your question.
All these years. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for your Golden Girls intro. Always nice. Thank you.
So we've got time for about 10 minutes worth of questions because we still have some stuff we want to show you guys.
Okay, cool.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hey, thank you for coming.
What are you wearing? Who are you wearing? What are you wearing?
I'm just an angry emoji.
You're an anime
No,
I thought you were the Kool-Aid man. I thought you were an angry
Yeah,
Kool-Aid man.
there's like a Kool-Aid pant and
No
a Kool-Aid
shade. I
top.
thought
It's a
legit. I was like,
double
rules.
Kool-Aid.
He's pink lemonade Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's oh yeah. It's like it's double. That's why you're here.
Thank you. In the 22 years of Toonami's existed, you guys went through some really high highs and some lows.
Wait, what?
And, can you hear me?
In the 22
We
years
can
that
hear you.
Toonami's existed, there's been some high highs and
I
some
was just
low
making a
lows.
low joke, like we haven't had any lows. So you're totally right. Go ahead.
My question is, with the next decade upon us, the 2020s, what do you think the next step for Toonami is in terms of like new challenges or new ambitions?
Well, I mean, obviously the challenges are...
All right, raise your hand if you currently are subscribing to a cable package.
Exactly.
Thank you for
Only
your service.
Dana.
Yeah.
And me.
That's the challenge, and I think the ways we are dealing with that are, well, larger than, you know, I can't really go into our whole company and all the streaming stuff they're doing, but the other way we're doing it, that is moving more into originals, and you're going to see more original Toonami productions besides Fooly Cooley and Blade Runner.
Who's being inside?
We'll be doing more than that, and we just haven't announced them yet, but we're working on 3 or 4 more shows besides those. And then you're going to see us working together more with partners like Crunchyroll to premiere things, like dub premieres, and see that window continue to shrink between when the sub comes out and the dub comes out. And I think that's the only way we really can be successful. And then to continue to, I do think the part of the reason we're still on the air legitimately is that we have always listened to you guys, the fans, about what you want to see, what you don't want to see, when you think we're doing something right, when you think we're doing something wrong. And we keep that conversation open, and I think that's part of why we're still here, because we aren't just thinking we have all the answers. We know you guys are the fans who drive all of this stuff, and so we listen, or try to, sometimes.
Yeah, Mr. Kool-Aid, the landscape is changing, and we want to come with you to wherever your bunker is. Is that accurate? I think I tried to do
That's
it.
good.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
Excellent. Thank you. Nailed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
So,
Good question.
about
If
a
I'd
year
like to
or
find
so
out.
ago, when you guys first started airing Pop Team Epic, it kind of seemed like you guys were trying to branch out and go into like different directions.
Yeah.
But since then, it's been mostly just action shows for the rest of the block.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if comedy and other genres of shows are still something that you guys are looking out for and you just haven't found any, or if it's that Pop Team Epic might have underperformed.
No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, we are definitely still looking. I think the thing to keep in mind is that the day you see Toonami, whatever the broadcast is, the wheels have been in motion for months or years before then, in terms of show deals, in terms of what opportunities come our way. So, like, for example, if we have a show we're looking at and it is a different type of show, and then someone says, new season of JoJo's ready, it's like, well, we kind of have to, we want to do the thing that we know is working and people want more of. So it has to be sort of when we have those openings, but we are definitely looking at different types of shows for Toonami, non-action shows, because I think that is going to be necessary as we move forward. And I think some of these other announcements that you'll see that we wanted to do tonight might fall into this non-action category.
All right,
Thank you.
non-action category.
Thank you.
And we like Pop Team.
Yeah.
Alright, hey guys, I'll try and make this quick since we're almost done anyway. But I cannot just thank you for all your work here, and especially you, Steve. I mean, what else can I say? You're the GOAT, man. I mean, come on, we all know
Oh,
it.
thank you.
He is the GOAT.
The funniest thing to me is that on Naruto, like, you played basically the first major villain, and you did such a good job. They were like, yeah, just get him for the next one. This next one is fine.
557 episodes later.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah. And that's for my actual question. So, back in the day when you guys did the total immersion events, there was a lot of, you guys occasionally had games that went alongside those. Like, I remember for the lockdown, there was like an RPG game on the website, and I think that kind of influenced what was going on in the actual show. I personally remember playing that a lot. So, I guess I was wondering what the process was because you guys have mentioned who worked on the animation stuff. Who worked on the games, I was curious about.
The games at the time were created by a third-party developer that worked for Cartoon Network, and the way that happened was they just said, hey, we're looking to make more games. Could we make a game out of this? And what kind of game would it be? And we helped them figure that out, and then they just went and did it all on their own. Because at that time, Toonami had way more money to play with, and they thought maybe the game would get sponsored, and now we just do these with our own internal Toonami money, and there's no, we're not trying to sell them to anybody or anything, so ain't no games now, but glad you played Lockdown.
Alright, thanks
Yeah.
a lot, guys.
I just want to make a game that's about it's an idle game where you just have to keep Tom from dying over and over, and you just press a button and then you get more money.
No. The button you press is the button to get a cable subscription and watch them every week.
So whenever you subscribe, you get points to make Tom not die.
Yeah.
This is
We
the
call
game.
them ratings.
It's kind of my life every
Chad,
day.
how much time do we have?
We've got 4 minutes. So
4 minutes.
4
Let's
minutes.
go.
We got
Okay.
4
Hit
minutes.
us, buddy.
to save the
Lightning
world.
round.
Okay. I'll make it quick. So yeah, same Golden Girls thing. Steve Bloom, I love you.
Thanks, Golden Girls. Yep.
Okay. What's it been like to see the fans from before Toonami went off there and after you guys came back, bridging those two age gaps?
Yeah. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I think is amazing. It's great to see. It's great to see fans that grew up on Toonami who are now watching it live every week and talking about it on Twitter. It's great to hear about people that didn't know it was back until like 5 minutes ago. Because that literally happens to me every day. Someone's like, "Oh shit, I didn't know it was back." I'm like,
Is there
"Yeah."
anyone in here who didn't know Toonami was still on the air? Back on the air?
Ooh, we got some light hands.
So that's always great, and it's just awesome to know that there are old fans, new fans. They're colliding into each other. They're arguing. They're making friends. You know, like that's just wonderful.
I never thought I'd be in this business long enough to watch grandparents sharing the same stuff that they love with their grandkids.
Yeah, totally.
And dressing up and coming here. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Grandparents dressing up is the reason we do this.
Exactly. That's a good T-shirt.
Thank you. So I think we have time for one last question.
Last question.
All right. So I was wondering, do you guys ever plan on releasing a conceptual art book for like the early design?
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. And one of the directors we've worked with over the years is trying to figure out if he might be able to do that. But that is something we're actually thinking about. I think there's probably 10
Good
people
question.
who would buy it. But if you're one of them, we'll do it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That still feels like only 9 hands.
I would go ahead and like to put my name in the hat for doing like a conceptual Instagram story. If that could somehow fit in there, if I could have a gift that's just in that book, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay.
I think we should do a Tom and Sarah swimsuit calendar.
Oh, that's a really great idea.
Sure. Be writing all this down.
I want to dress like a grandpa.
Somebody get the
coming to a
sandpaper.
convention.
That's
all
a
I
great
do.
idea. Thank you.
Wear.
Well, thank you
Is
guys
that-
for the questions. We hate to cut it off, but we do want to share something with you guys. We have a special premiere we're about to play. We are airing Attack on Titan episode 50 here for you guys.
Only for those at the panel, not at the stream. And let's watch that pre-flame momocon. Thank you to those who watched, and see you later.